Hey guys, Fire here again. Taking you guys on another little update of my metropolis, I guess is the best word for it. Um, so much has happened, and it hasn't even been a day yet. I think I've had 3 nomadic tribes come to town hall already. Two or three. I might two for sure, possibly three. I've accepted them all in each time, and like last time round, it gives you a big population boost, but then all of a sudden you fall behind on houses. So I've fully expanded my farms all the way down here. Just a double row of houses, another row of houses. I'm gonna have another double row here. I'm running out of landmass down here for the main island, I guess you'd call it, for food production. But even with all those people, food production is, I mean, I've got plenty of food, so I'm set there. What I'm thinking of doing is out here, probably, maybe not, but maybe out in this way, build like a splinter city. You know, have a big open area of nothing but houses and stuff. Let just people walk and commute to work. I've got so much food, and I'm working on catching up on houses. Right now I've got 6 builders going. Oh, I gotta do this here again. Unpause, unpause. Why can't I unpause? There we go. Oh, something's going funky with the game or my mouse or something. Anyway, I have got 4 houses in construction at all times. Leaving a little bit of a deficit of laborers or builders. Sorry. That way they're constantly building. I've got two quarries going. One here, and I've got 2 mines going. One is for this one is for coal, and this one is for iron. I'm working on catching up on all those guys there. I have so much food. I've raised the cap to 100,000. I couldn't worry about cutting it short, so these guys generate more food than I could possibly eat. Why won't you close? So my problem is storage now. I've built a second market area. I had to build 2 more storage barns. Jeez. 2 more storage barns. Another market area. That way these guys can not waste food or leave it sitting on the ground. So, I mean, at this point I could probably waste the food and it really wouldn't matter all that much. I had to build another chapel because I kind of ran out of room in the original chapel. I built another tavern to help with the ale production. They don't seem to drink as much as I thought they would, but it couldn't hurt. I have another orchard here in reserve. I think I built... I'll close anyway. I think I built an extra one. Yeah, here. Another one for plums. Because that's what my ale's made out of, is plum. I got that one there and that one here. I think this is pecans. Yeah, pecans here. And this one could become plums if I need it. I got another field here and a really tiny one here, ready to go just in case I need to activate them. Actually, you know what? I'm going to shut this one off. I've got so much food. I think Fraps is messing around with my buttons here. You know what? I got to pause this, but I've got so much food, and I need more homes for my people. Remember last time what I said was you can't have... Oh, finally caught up. At one point I had like 130 families and only about 90 homes. So I just kind of went on a huge stone gathering and iron gathering kind of mission. And I got it up 300, 400, 500 of each. And then I put over a whole bunch of builders and just mass build houses. Now everybody seems to have a home, which is good. Unfortunately, that means probably a nomadic tribe is going to come wandering in anytime soon and want to ask if they can join. Of course, I'll say yes. You know, why not? Why not? I don't know what else to tell you. Basically, at this point, I keep 2 or 3 laborers in reserve. You know, that one just dumped down there by mistake. 2 or 3 in reserve because every time I got down to 0 and maxed out these guys, 1, 2, 3 people would die. You know, 4 people would become adults, and my numbers were just bouncing around all over the place. And I'd have to stop and I'd make sure everything was at full, make sure I had 20 fishermen, 12 hunters, you know, all that stuff. And I got tired of doing that, so I left a couple in reserve in a laborer pool. That way, if someone died, like say one of my vendors died, a laborer would automatically take over for that spot, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Back early in the game, not too many people dying, not too many people becoming adults, not an issue. I just had 0, but now I've got to have 2 or 3 up top just as extra, just as a buffer, basically. These bridges over here to the stockpile don't seem to really go anywhere at this point, but that's because I had a bunch of stone and iron down here. I still got some more. I couldn't access it from this bridge. I mean, I could have the guys come all the way over from their little town, cross the bridge, wander all the way down, and they'd hit the rock like 2-3 times, and then they'd walk home. It'd be a huge wasted trip. So if I built this bridge here next to these homes, come wintertime, all the farmers would be looking for something to do, so they'd all just kind of like go on a giant march, and they just march over here. Basically, I could highlight the entire screen at this point. I mean, if this was completely full of stone and iron, I could highlight the entire thing, and before the winter's over, it would all gone. All gone. These guys just go to town, and it's great. It's awesome. It builds me up a huge stockpile, and I can keep building homes. So I think I'm at the point in the game where I don't think I can lose anymore. I don't think people are going to die faster than they're being born. I mean, let's check out my stats here. I've got 223 adults, 55 children. Basically, if all the adults were just wiped out right now, huge plague, for some unknown reason, I don't know. All the adults wiped out. I have enough students and children growing up that they could easily take over. Obviously, nobody would be able to do anything because nobody would be an adult, but I have plenty of clothes, tools when they turn to adults. I've got more than enough food. Firewood would be an issue, but yeah, well, whatever. Something I've learned here is your trading post. And I don't know if I mentioned this in previous videos, but you could add to it, and you know, you have a basic inventory up here. Let's say I had let's say I had 3,000 firewood in here right now, like I do, and something happens out here. The population boom just blows up, and all of a sudden, all my firewood's gone, and my woodcutters can't keep up with it. You can lower this amount down, and what will happen is the trader that's in there will start taking it out and putting it back into the stockpile. So I've had to do that several times on a few things. Back before I had a decent inventory of food, when the first nomadic tribe came in, or the second one, I was running low on food, so I had to take the food out of the stockpile, out of the trading post here, and put it back into storage barns and the markets. So keep that in mind. You can fill up the trading post, which I suggest, you know, have it there for when you need to trade with a trader, and then should you need it, should the time come when you run out of something in your village and you have it in the trading post, you could just dump it back into the village. And yeah, so alright, just wanted to sorry guys, it's late again. Just wanted to show you an update to my my village here. This graveyard's full, this graveyard's getting there, and I got another one ready to go just in case, but each individual block takes up a stone. Almost takes up a stone. So I've got 20 by 20 is your maximum size. When you build something small like this, you only get one grave per stone. So I think this is a 35 block area, so you only get 35 graves. If you build 20 by 20, well, you don't get 20 by 20. Yeah, you don't get 400, but instead of getting, you know, just a fraction of it for graves, you get like an extra bonus area. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but you get more graves per unit of space in the larger size than you do in the smaller size. And I don't know why that is, but if you can, I suggest building cemeteries as big as they can go, pastures as big as they can go, farmland as big as it can go, unless you're like looking at odd shapes like this here and this tiny one here. I just don't like wasting space if I can help it. Jeez. But yeah, I got these guys out here getting stone over here and iron, but wood. Sorry guys. I try to have 2 woodcutters per forester. That way I don't have to ever run out of firewood, because you don't want your people being cold. So I got this extra one over here going right now, but I haven't built or activated these firewood guys, these woodcutters. They're there just as a reserve in case my population does take off. It's already planted. I mean, the space is reserved for them. I just have to build it, and then it's done. Pretty soon I might just build it and then shut it off, just so that that way I can just activate it at a minute's notice, and they can automatically start building. But like I said before, what I'd like to do in these open spaces is I have a logger camp here. I've got myself a hunter's cabin right here, and 2 or 3 houses, 1 or 2 woodcutters, and have yourself a nice stockpile area over here. I was originally doing like 3x3, then I went 4x4. I think this one, yeah, it looks like it's 6x6 on this one. 5x5 is a decent one. That's usually enough for these guys to chop down wood, throw in here, and then the woodcutters to grab it and build firewood. Also, I like to build big ones in new areas, because not only will you have wood and firewood, or logs and firewood, sorry. This area gives me access to deposits like this, iron and stone, so that way the villagers can come down here, do their thing, and then drop it off here instead of taking it all the way to other side of the map just to drop it off. So it's good to have a nice stockpiles whenever you can in these open areas. But yeah. Yeah, just showing you guys a quick update here, and I love this seed. It's a really good seed. I might do another map on this seed. I might not. This is what they consider a large map. As of right now, it doesn't get much larger than this. I could potentially, in real world time, I play at 5x speed now. In real world time, I could potentially fill up this entire map within 2 to 3 days now. It's becoming like, what's that? I just had it in my head. Exponential population growth. You start off really, really flat for a little while, and then you just start ticking up, ticking up, ticking up. If you keep on the food, the wood, and the housing, it just kind of goes whoop. And it also doesn't hurt to accept nomads too. So eventually one day I'm just going to say no, I don't want any more nomads, because my population's growing at a nice pace, and that's good for me. So alright guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get back to this, or possibly go to bed, one or the other. But yeah, if you like it, remember to comment, like it or subscribe, and let me know what you think. Alright, thanks guys. Catch you later.